What's good, guys? Excuse the bags under the eyes. Unfortunately, my little boy kept me up all night and all morning. However, I am here with a guide to the WAT mission. Now, I know a lot of people say just relic all your bugs and there you go, but who wants to really spend all those pretty rare relics on characters that don't really have a great deal of use outside of territory battles and occasionally cleaning up B teams and such in Grand Arena? I personally don't want to have to develop them any further than I have to. And in this guide, I'm going to show you how you can do this, staying at absolute 12.0, not having to go any higher really than the requirements to actually take part in the event. Now, I know a lot of people have this event figured out already, but there are people not paying attention to the abilities of the enemies and screwing everything up. There's also people using the wrong moves or just modding wrong. I don't have great mods on my characters, nearly everybody is 12.0, and I beat this consistently with ease every single time. So let me show you how I do this. Let's get on with the video, guys. Let's do this. Right, let's get straight into this battle. Let's get my Geonosian selected. Where is it? There we are. Mouse was on the second monitor. Poggle in last place so we can land that ability block after Geonosian Soldier has landed Tenacity down. That's going to be a big thing we're doing here. Right, so what have we got? We've got a couple of AoE characters. They're going to be the priorities. We've got ability block those two. Ability blocking the annoying one. I forget the name of him. Is it Sharpshooter, I think? I think it's called Sharpshooter, the one that lands defense, armor shred. I was going to say defense down, wrong thing. Armor shred, that's incredibly annoying. So let's get ability block on him. And a few hits, the TM is low. Yeah, I suppose try and get a little bit of expose around. We've got ability block there. Let's see if we can get ability block on him as well. And then we've got to get rid of this medic. Still haven't got ability block there yet. Let's just use this. This puts Tenacity down and all sorts of, I think, stagger and some other stuff on. I don't really rely on it, to be honest, even though I'm gear 12. Right, let's get rid of this medic and then we can start picking these off. Right, he's lost ability block, but we don't have to panic at the moment because medic was screwed anyway. We didn't get it back on, so we have to try again. And no, now both of them are lost it. Excellent. That's the last thing we want. All right, basic. And that's back on. Let's go and get it on him. There we go. Now, Sharpshooter. I can't quite see his TM. I don't think we really need to panic at this stage, though. We can just finish off the AoE damages. That's the biggest threat you always have to Geonosians, so really want to focus on those. And now we can't actually get to Sharpshooter. That's actually typical. But I think we're fine anyway. Put that on Spire, get additional damage. Finish off him and then just get the little clone trooper. Nice and easy first wave, but nobody's failing on the first wave. Most people seem to start having trouble around 3, or it just falls apart entirely in 4, and I'll show you how to do this. A lot of guys in my guild, in fact, are having a big problem with this. We seem to only get about the mid-20s in the shards for WAT, and that shouldn't be the case. I have one of the lesser Geonosian squads in the guild. Right, that's our AoE, so let's get ability block on him. Try it again. There is only an 80% chance, so stacking a ton of potency on Poggle doesn't seem to make a difference. It's only an 80% chance to land it even though you have Tenacity down. The one problem we have here is obviously Barris is going to screw things up. But try and get a little bit around. We'll kill Barris soon. We're going to focus on him. That's him gone. Yeah, and there goes all the debuffs. Nice and annoying. Alright, let's use this and get rid of the debuffs on my team. Spreads a little bit of turn meter if I remember correctly. Let's use... yeah, basic could do. Basic could do. We don't want him taunting and getting in the way. We've got to deal with Barris, it looks like. Okay, let's do that and get him out of stealth. It's one of the handy things with Spy. He's not just about damage, you can also pull characters out of stealth. We should be able to finish Sharpshooter and then go straight to Barris. Because the other two don't really do any damage anyway. I believe the Invisible Jedi, I forget his name once again, can do an AoE attack, but it's not going to kill you. Wave 2 isn't difficult either. It's just good practice. Really, I use Wave 1 and 2 to kind of refresh myself with the way to play things and then just clean up. Yep, she's taking them off. All right, let's just kill her. Let's just kill her. I think it's a unique or something, isn't it? At the end of the turn, they disappear or something along those lines. It's a bit like Treya. So we'll get her killed and then we can just clean up the team. Right, our lieutenant's gone. May as well just spam basics at this point. No point wasting any specials. We don't need to use blind from Sun Thak. We don't need to use what's it called? The big strike, the super shot. That's what I usually call anything that does a lot of damage with Spy. We don't need to use that at this stage. Just save all the big moves. Just spam the basics and clean up. You'll get a lot of your health and protection back anyway that way. Right, this is where people tend to screw up. Both of these dudes, they have an AoE that dazes as well. That will shut your whole team down. We have to ability block both of these as fast as we can. We'll use the big special there, get tenacity down on everybody. We've got ability block on Arc Trooper here. Now we've got to go and get it on the other one. Hit him with one of those big shots. We've got ability block on him. Let's see if we can get it on to the sharpshooter as well. We do. Right, that's perfect. Now let's get rid of this medic as fast as we can, because those Arc Troopers are going to be shaking ability block, and we're going to have to keep trying to get it on. The pressure is really on us in this wave. I find wave 3 is probably more difficult than 4, to be honest, especially if you screw it up. If RNG really wants to hurt you and you constantly keep drawing that 20% and not landing ability block, this phase can get a little bit, this wave can get a little bit ugly. Right, let's clean those off. Medic can't have many more shots left in him. Could probably have just used Brute's second move there and got an additional attack from it, but I suppose at the end of the day it doesn't really amount to a lot of additional damage. Right, he's about to lose that. Let's get that back on. Yeah, perfect. Straight back on. And Medic will go in one more barrage of attacks. Okay, that arc over the left lost it, but because Medic is going to die, we don't have to panic. We can get it on now. Or not. No, he avoided it. Get it on this time. There we go. Right, we got it. We're more than comfortable. We are more than comfortable. Let's get ability block here because he's about to have a turn. Get it back on arc over here. And then we'll go and kill that one that's nearly dead. One more attack and he should drop. There he goes. Right, that's perfect. Alright, he's close to death, so we'll just clean off this sharpshooter. Get ability block back. We don't want to take any chances. And killed. Let's go and get him. I'm not even going to waste a big shot now. There's no point. May as well just clean up the basics again. Get that health and protection back. And yeah, no need to panic. No panicking. Panicking is when things go wrong. Trust me, I know. I panic sometimes in Grand Arena and things go wrong. Right, Clone Troopers just get wiped out. And now we're on to Phase 4, Wave 4, whatever you want to bloody call it. Of Mace and Kiadi. Right, what do we got? We got one AoE in the back there. Sergeant, let's I think we'll ability block him first. AoE damage is terrifying to this team, especially when Sergeant gets crit damage up. Right, there we go. We got all the debuffs around. Let's call Spy for that additional damage. It'd be great if we could kill the Clone Sergeant quite early, although we do have Medic over here, so let's ability block him. Let's use that special and get that little extra attack. There it is. Can we ability block anyone else? I'm trying to think if anyone here has a really problematic move. See if we can get one on him. Because if I remember right, he puts a load of buffs on himself. Probably should have read the kits before we went in. Yes, he does. Bloody hell. Okay. I really should have made sure we landed it there. Never mind, we have lost Brute, but that will happen. So don't panic. Let's get some turn meters spread around by clearing these. Yeah, see if we can get a few exposes on. Nothing really amazing. Land a nice big shot over there. Gotta get rid of this medic. Gotta get rid of this medic and then we can start killing stuff. Do I? No. I was considering using blind there because there are debuffs everywhere, and if they're debuffed already, you can land daze and blind, but I don't think we need it at the moment. There we go. We got rid of the AoE damage. We got rid of the medic. Ignore, is that Pons, I think his name is? Just ignore him in the back. It's not that much of a problem. The two that will kill you are Mace and Kiadi, and we're going to get rid of Mace first. I'm probably going to blind Kiadi in a moment. Ugh, they got bloody Brute again. That's fine. We've got one turn to go. So yeah, I'm not going to call the B2 instead. One turn to go. We can get to one turn with a little bit of control and some ability blocks. Let's go for that blind now, because we didn't land the ability block there. We got it that time, and we got blind, and we got daze. Right, let's use that big thing. The big thing. Yeah, let's take out Mace. Let's call Spy. Really going to just smash Kiadi now. He's the last remaining problem on this team. Pons is shooting away in the background, not doing anything, just ignore him. Kiadi is completely tied up with debuffs here. Right, let's get Brute back in. And Kiadi should just drop now. Beautiful. Trooper gone. Now time to clean up Pons. Definitely one of the more annoying clones. I wish we had him in the game for our actual teams, because he kind of regenerates health, tenacity up. And he's got some really, really big damage. Would love to have him in the game outside of just an enemy to face. Right, there we go. Super, super simple. We were never really at any risk. We did lose Brute a couple of times. Once, my own personal fault. As I said, I should have focused on ability blocking or blinding Kiadi maybe one turn earlier. But yeah, we got it done. We got it done nice and comfortably. Let me show you my Geonosian so you people don't think I've got some crazy stuff. There you go, look. Look at those gear levels. Right, his Brute. Only one of his Zetas. We got his health protection there. Speed only at 77. Got to get a little bit of crit chance on him. Doesn't have to be super high, but I believe he removes buffs off the enemy. I'll look at the moves afterwards. But here are the primaries and secondaries. No 6-stop mods anywhere. Nothing particularly special either. Really not particularly impressive mods. Just try to get a nice balance of stuff on Brood Alpha. And obviously, get a little bit of a crit chance in there. With Sun Fac, I've actually got him offensively modded because he gets called to attack so often and he counter attacks. I've gone that route and it seems to work. I may have to change it a little bit for the At-Play mission, but it seems to work for this one. You see, his physical damage doesn't even get that high from it, but every little helps, I find. I have tried to boost his defense a little too. You can see the secondaries, just loading them up with protection, really. Nice offense secondaries in there as well, actually. Bit of a mix of offense and defense. They're the two things that a tank that counters is going to get the most use from. Here we go, we've got our little Spy. Nothing particularly special on him either. He's very, very soft lit, not particularly high health pool at all. Only 59 speed on him. We do have that crit damage primary. His chance could definitely be improved. But again, I've not got great mods on these characters. You don't need great mods to do this. A lot of people out there saying you need to take Brood at least to Relic to have consistency. You don't. You absolutely do not. We got potency there because I really do try and get those additional exposes. I find that extremely helpful. And there we go. That's his mods. Nothing particularly difficult there. These are all very, very achievable. Now, Poggle. Poggle is my dude. Poggle is the one I really try to focus on. As you can see, 102 speed. He is pretty quick. And that's because Poggle is able to spread a little bit more turn meter. He's able to control the battle with ability blocks. And I like him to be available as much as I possibly can. He really is one of the most important of the Geonosians. I'm going to look at his stuff here. It's quite easy to get to that speed as well at this stage in the game if you're using a speed set as well. I believe, yeah, it's that one tenacity that's actually doing the job. And I have that because I really want to always have access to his special ability in case. You could easily swap that for potency or even for, I don't know, protection or something to make him a little bit more survivable. Soldier, look at that squish. My word. Not even 40k combined. 56 on that speed. Yeah, I don't see anything particularly special there. That crit chance is actually very, very low. I will probably remod him at some stage just to make him a little bit better on defense in Grand Arena. Here are the current mods I've got left on him. These have probably been on him since like the early days. I mean, there's not even speed secondaries on these things. I have potency there to ensure I get that tenacity down. Health primary down there as well. Yeah, he must have just got mods that I had laying around. That doesn't look like I've even specifically modded him that way, to be honest. Right, so you can see tenacity down. Very, very key to the strategy. So make sure you've got a bit of potency on him. And on this one, you'll get that additional damage when you're selecting Spy as the target. And here, obviously, we're getting more turn meter based on when he critically hits. So it might be more beneficial to use 3 crit chance sets, maybe. And on this one, ability block, obviously only an 80% chance, so it doesn't matter how high you get his potency. you're not always going to stick it anyway. And here we go, yeah, remove the debuffs, and you get a bit of turn meter and such. Down here, a bit of evasions and some more damage. Spy, the key ones here. We got this one, obviously the pull stuff out of stealth, can't be evaded. And yeah, reduces the big move as well. And then the big move itself, huge damage. So really want to focus on those two in terms of Omegas and modding him around those kits. Sun Fac obviously removes buffs with that bad boy. And this one, you're going to get the Blind and Daze as long as they were debuffed previously. And they should be if you got your team right. Brood doesn't really matter, to be honest. There you go. It's on a critical hit. He dispels buffs. So yeah, try and get a little bit of crit chance on him. But I wouldn't go for any primaries or anything like that. It's really not essential. And yeah, there was nothing really important there. So that just about covers it, guys. So that's it for this video, guys. Hopefully this one will help anybody struggling still with this WAT mission. You do not have to go and develop your team to crazy levels. I've seen a lot of people go ahead and relic Brood Alpha because they felt they needed to for this, and you absolutely do not. You don't even need to do it for the Acclaim mission, which is actually a little bit tougher. That really comes down to just some tweaks in modding and a little bit of strategy, really. So you shouldn't have to waste relics. You should be able to put them on more important characters, particularly with these Galactic Legends around now, and obviously with so many metas and former metas that we're going to need for competitive modes such as Territory Wars and Grand Arena. Hopefully this will save you some resources. Any questions, just leave a comment below. Please like and subscribe to the channel. There is a baby registry link in the description if you do want to buy anything for my son. I know a lot of you have been. I really do appreciate that. I will put out a thank you video at some stage because there's still loads and loads of stuff coming. I don't know who's buying it all, so I'll wait till it's all here. So yeah, thank you very much, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video, and until next time, we out of here.